welcome back to React University. I'm Corey.
And I'm Dana.
Today we're back with another episode of House of the Dragon.
That's right, we are reacting to Season 2, Episode 3, The Burning Mill. But before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, comment, share with your friends, subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, and hit that notification bell so you always are the first to know whenever we drop something new.
Guys, also don't forget you can watch the full reaction to this episode on our Patreon page. Please go and support. Really helps the channel. If you see what's on YouTube, obviously, of course, everything right now is on our Patreon page. Full reactions and many other content as well. Again, we don't take it for granted. And with that, class is in session. Let's do this. I don't feel like they're just showing anything new. I feel like they're just showing the same stuff.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I think we talked about this a little bit. They're showing like old Valyria, and it looks like what's the making of the Targaryen line being, I guess, bred with dragons. Who do you think that was? The dead woman. Those are the rat catchers. Oh, maybe that was the baby. Was that the baby?
The baby?
Because it looked like there was someone that was dead.
Maybe you have to see it again.
Okay, a windmill.
You can get that thing up.
Well enough for killing Blackwood.
That's Baratheons. Because of the sigil.
Put the boundary stones back.
We didn't move them.
Just rolled their way over so Bracken cows can fill their bellies on Blackwood grass.
The Assize at River.
Fuck the Assize.
No.
It's Bracken land. Babe killer.
What did you say?
Your false Queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer.
Aegon Targaryen is no true king. Just as you are no true knight.
They're scared.
You wouldn't dare.
Scared. Ooh. That's not him, is it?
It is. He died. Oh, well, everyone died?
It's a windmill.
What?
So, I don't know the I don't know the name of the other house, but I know the Baratheon sigil.
That was not Baratheon. It's Bracken and...
Yeah, but that's...
like the predecessors?
That's their sigil.
I cannot fault him for keeping his oath.
And what of those who sent him?
Eric been buried.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Otto Hightower would never have allowed this. It is easy enough. They usurped my throne.
That is one answer.
Or was it when the child was beheaded? Or when Aemond killed Luke?
It's a foreign answer.
Or when Luke took Aemond's eye?
Yeah.
There may be another way.
What is that?
Alicent Hightower.
Oh, like answering a letter.
When last we met, Alicent said I would make a fine queen. You've seen what has happened since then.
She came to me in the hours after your Lord Father's death. She knows war is coming. There is no war so hateful to the gods as a war between kin.
Who's Rhaenyra's hand right now?
I do not care to read her message. What she did
It is not her, but the men around her who seek bloodshed.
She permitted it.
As you permitted the murder of a little boy in his bed.
Facts.
This little piece of...
I can't with him.
Quite sure word got back to him that his plan didn't work. Ready to fill the shoes, huh? Big boy? Probably about to declare war.
So does he have a hand necklace instead of a... You see? It's like hands all the way around his neck.
Because he's still rocking the disrespect. Was that shade?
I think so. They saw him come like, I guess I should stand up.
Forgive my lateness.
Important business, no doubt.
You've appointed new knights to the Kingsguard, Your Grace.
To replace those we lost.
The last one needlessly, some might say.
House Bracken took it upon themselves to attack the Blackwoods, who declared for the Pretender. Lord Samuel Blackwood himself is slain.
Good. First blood in our name.
The Blackwoods and the Brackens have feuded for centuries. This is nothing more than an excuse for them to indulge their ancient grudge. It's no true war.
We send a raven to Lord Tully. These houses are his vassals, are they not? He must control them.
Lord Grover Tully is a flaccid old fool who couldn't control his cock and a cunning. Your Lord Uncle Ormond marches from Oldtown at the head of a great host, Your Grace. And your brother Darren's dragon nears fighting age. Call on them to suppress the Riverlands.
Alas, they are months away.
Should we not aim to unite these armies and then strike as one?
The great military mind of the Citadel.
Why the infighting?
This council must rediscover the discipline it lately had if it's to be of any use.
The Riverlands are the key to the war. Harrenhal is the key to the Riverland.
That's
So impatient to run so few men. So like to be destroyed by the first stronghold you meet. A bold scheme indeed.
Well, the gods favour the bold.
They did not favour Sir Eric.
Now there. That's where the tension comes.
I'll come too with Sunfire.
Egon.
Your Grace.
You'll need a dragon.
My plan is not to draw attention. We will be more like to encounter one if we field one of our own.
That is precisely why you must remain, brother. It's a brave thought, but we cannot risk your loss.
I feel like you wanted to smirk after that.
I'm as fearsome as any of them.
I'm gonna take a drink
Oh my
to
gosh,
that.
like,
You can tell that this. Well, I don't want to read too much into it, but obviously there's tension between Kristen and Allison, right?
Yes.
And
Because
the
before
discipline,
he was her plaything.
right?
And now he's one more male in a room who came in last minute, has more of a voice.
That
than
is
she
there
does.
because of her.
What is the life of a queen worth these days?
You wish to be rewarded.
As I would think, you would wish to reward me.
You said your earnest desire was to flee Westeros.
And you let me go. You showed me grace when you could have withheld it. I know the workings of the Red Keep, and the movements of those who serve there. That is worth more than gold to you now.
And what is my worth to you?
I would punish the High Towers for what they have done. To me, to those who served me. They will be ruled either by you or by the usurper. And only one of you has shown yourself to be merciful.
Aegon and
Not her
Viserys will
dad,
accompany
her
him
uncle.
until a place of greater safety can be found.
Yeah.
Tyraxes is better hatchling. And Stormcloud.
I want you to go with them. The Red Keep is in disarray. They have sent one assassin in the night, and their dragons are ever a short flight away. You must take the little ones further. To Pentos, I think. Write to Prince Reggio. If he will have you, then go to him. I'm sorry to put this upon you. It breaks my heart to send my boys.
And my sister? I need Bailey here because she has a dragon.
I cannot promise to make you happy, but I ask you, make this sacrifice willingly.
That's
Look,
tough.
I ain't mad. I understand you want to be in the fight, and I understand you've been feeling worthless since you was a little kid because you don't have a dragon. That's not
And now
why I
she's
want you to
being
walk away.
separated from her sister.
So he went to Harrenhal.
I'm so curious because doesn't Sir Kristen think that he's gonna eventually make it here?
Mm-hmm. Some threads. This getup is nice. So use a dragon, scare everyone away. Anyone who's left over, you can take out, easy pickings.
Don't they always say like Harrenhal is haunted?
It's cursed.
Kind of, or cursed, yeah.
Bolt!
I'm claiming Harrenhal.
Apparently so.
You haven't killed anyone yet.
Who is this?
I, Sir Simon Strong, Castellan of Harrenhal, pledge fealty to Rhaenyra of House Targaryen, first of her name. I swear this by the
who
old
this
gods
chick?
and the new. That venison is well aged. Shame to let it waste.
Think I'm gonna eat this food?
I've survived many a battle. I do not mean to be felled by poison peas. He who sits at the false court of Aegon.
Larys Clubfoot is no lord of mine.
Wow. You call him Clubfoot.
Do you not think it strange that his father,
Your brother.
my nephew, Lord Lionel, perished by fire, and his son too, here in this damp place?
Damped.
So no, you will find no loyalty to Larys Strong here. What then brings you to our corner of the Riverlands?
Harrenhal is the largest castle in the Seven Kingdoms. Or perhaps that has escaped your attention.
Well, it is also, not to be argumentative, in something of a state of disrepair, since your forebear incinerated much of it with his dragon. Houses Bracken and Blackwood have long detested one another.
Why?
Is that with the kids at the beginning when they're the kid stabbed the one guy?
About season 1, when she was on a dating tour.
My princess. Ours is a bond that has long endured.
Aye, the Blackwoods truly turned the tide on that one.
That's mean.
Don't put the pressure on the kid.
Protection? The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt.
Why? He is being so rude.
Dragon. Craven.
Dude. Good for him. Yeah. The young kid killed a guy and then threw up.
Right. Blackwoods are remnant of the First Men, just like the Starks.
Oh, dang.
If you are successful, well, when you are successful, what then?
We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
The throne?
He cut his hair.
He enjoys battle.
I'm glad we're together, even briefly. So, Kristen,
Who's this guy?
may I present my brother, Sir Gawain Hightower? Arrived last night from Elton.
How exhilarating to arrive at court after 3 long months on the road to find my Lord Father, who served 3 kings faithfully, unseated as hand of the king.
You get a
Sir
problem.
Gawain has volunteered to accompany you into battle.
He has a babysitter.
No one is more delighted than I to march out to war with the Dornishmen.
Why, Allison? Why are you doing this to me?
I love it, honestly.
And lead you not into shadow and death.
What is this?
I thank your grace for her prayers.
Oh, dang.
Taking out the eyes. Wow.
Yummy. You alright?
No men, no horses, no ships, no dragons.
Good. Then we must seize the hour and act before our enemy does.
There has been no word from Prince Daemon, Your Grace.
Then we must press what advantage we do have.
And what is that?
If dragons begin fighting dragons, we invite our own destruction. Fear of it is in itself a weapon.
Like atomic bombs.
He
Excuse you?
just...
Value of a sword is not within its scabbard.
This is the second time.
Secure victory with armies, not with dragons alone.
She's like,
bruh.
mind yourself, boy.
Your Grace, you have witnessed firsthand just how vulnerable you are.
He proposed to conduct the war in my absence.
It would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason. You are fortunate you took it no further.
This council would do well to remember that their queen wears the crown of my grandsire, a prudent ruler, the wisest of Targaryen kings whose reign outlasted every other.
Good for you.
Even Aegon the Conqueror's.
I feel like she needs to make Princess Rhaenys her
Her
hand.
hand.
Because right now she seems to be the only one who speaks
I don't think they'll
sense.
do that.
No, I don't think they would, but...
Rhaena were named heir to Driftmark.
Rhaena, Lord of the Tides. The girl knows nothing of ships, nor even of dragons.
There is Rhaena or there is Joffrey.
I have much to attend to.
Do you think he's... I think we're all assuming that those younger guys are his
son.
kids. Do you think he
His
would
bastards.
name one of them?
Her sister is currently with the dragon around King's Landing, so she's gonna see the movement and report.
It is for you to remind Lady Jane of her pledge and
Look at
persuade
that.
her of the urgency of our need.
That's right. She also lost her betrothed.
I will be safe enough.
Oh, she's already here. You ain't flying around King's Landing?
You do a great service, and may yet find yourself glad to be out of harm's way. Do not coddle me, babe.
But should all come to ruin here, you will bear our hope for the future.
That's a big responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's Joffrey. Who got his name because of her husband.
Laenor, yeah.
Slept with him, Joffrey. And I guarantee that's where Cersei named her son off of Joffrey.
I feel sad about Jaehaerys. But I ought not to, I think. People die all the time. That horrid procession where the small folk all stared at me. I warrant they thought I had no more right to grief than they do.
The stranger comes for us all. Queen and commoner. Helena,
I forgive you.
What?
She said, "I forgive you." You heard her.
Aegon the Conqueror reborn.
Just get on with it.
At once, Your Grace. What is your business?
Only that I think it would benefit all of us to prevent our king from being brutally slain by our enemies and his body parts
Yeah, I
scattered
thought he
to
was-
beasts and his court come to ruin. Would you not agree?
He's making a decision, an executive decision.
I was given the Conqueror's name and his crown, so I shall wear his armor to war.
Small imposition before you depart, then, Your Grace.
Just you and myself, please. Those are all his yes men. Remember, they were all around him.
Trying to come up with the names for him.
Right.
There are diverse rumors whispered on the streets of your city. Another is that his grace was outwitted by his counselors and persuaded to fly to war with Sir Criston.
He's getting in his head.
He is. So I'm chuckling.
Matters little. Tales take on a life of their own.
Tend to them, then.
Gonna like tend so much if you fly off.
Right.
Right?
Lord Larys, my father, always said he had no use for a master of whisperers. I find myself wanting for one.
I'm
I
here
should
for
be
it.
glad of your talents.
Oh, Laris, man. Trying to figure out his angle.
His face, he looked genuinely honored.
He did look genuine.
Which maybe
And
he
he's
was.
not going to go now. Watch. I'm going to stick around.
I think mayhaps I shall fly another day.
Yeah, it does seem wise on reflection.
Yes, man. This is the blacksmith, isn't it? No, we're just learning more about the common folk. So now this is us learning more about the common folk and what they're
I feel like
thinking
you
about.
literally just said that twice.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, so we're getting into
Don't say it up there.
We're getting into it. We learned about the common folk.
One for yourself, there's a good girl, eh?
One for yourself, yes, good.
Oh my gosh.
How come that girl look familiar?
Was she the one that
With Aegon?
Aegon raped?
They call him the Conciliator.
King Jaehaerys.
Thousand apologies. Please, continue.
Look, I really shouldn't be telling you this. It could cost me my head.
You are saying you're a Targaryen?
I'm the son of Balon the Brave.
Bastard brother to Prince Daemon.
And the late King Viserys. Uncle to the one true queen, Rhaenyra Targaryen.
He's to have a nephew.
All hail the king!
All hail the king!
The pleasure of the crowd.
I thought he was about to die. So instead of taking the young squire to a brothel, they took him out to drink instead. I wonder, did he? Oh, never mind. Maybe they took him there as well.
No.
Yeah, I gotta
Have
edit
fun.
this.
I'll say have fun editing.
Is Damon in there? I'm gonna say amen.
You have come so far, and yet you still lie with your very first. What a fine, sweet thing. Did you fuck her like a hound? Woo! Woo! Woo!
He is still a jerk to his brother.
Right.
Your squire is
See
welcome
it.
to her. One whore is as good as another.
He's trying to act like he doesn't care.
Right.
Honestly, Aemon, believe it or not, he's grown on me this season. Like last season, I couldn't stand him. This season, I don't know if it's because he's teed up against.
He
his
killed
brother.
Luke.
Sir Gawain, our company is camped back yonder.
On the cold, hard ground. Which is why we make for the bull. I assure you, my nephew will not begrudge me a night of comfort.
We got a problem? High Tower?
Soothes your brow,
Look how
Cole.
fancy it is.
We will rendezvous with your army at first light. Or if their wine is good, perhaps a little after first.
We're exposed.
What?
Cole?
Get to the trees!
He told her to stay high.
She can see him.
Their armor glinting.
I ain't worried. Nothing's gonna happen.
Do you think Alicent's gonna lose her brother?
No, nothing gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Nah.
He is shivering.
Mm-hmm. Kristen will be like, you
A good show,
dipwit.
Kristen. I'm in your debt.
They know we're abroad, they'll be hunting. And we must move under the trees and by cover of dark starting tonight.
And no fucking inns.
Could you be certain it was Cole from such a great height?
It was not such a great height, Your Grace.
Yeah, well,
You said not to engage, so I didn't.
Cole will look to increase his numbers, and he may call upon a dragon of his own. This is why you must act now, Your Grace.
This guy.
it's like they're saying all the men trying to force you into war.
I have heard your arguments. And will consider them.
She's happy about that.
Mhm.
She's like,
Didn't make a rash decision.
Right.
She's willing to think on it.
right. Don't
She
be
does-
hasty.
She does carry herself like a queen. I mean, I'm sure the guys think she's taking too long.
Right.
She's listen. That's why I knew I was gonna get you to laugh. I was like, who is trying the door?
Yeah. They was shaking that door pretty hard. But you ain't got none of your armor, man.
And I have to clean up afterwards.
The hell is happening? Oh. Do you feel bad? Do you actually feel bad?
Is he in front of a werewood tree?
I think he is. What is this chick?
Did you whisper me here?
You will die in this place.
Come back. Come back. Talk.
I'm gonna need you to expound.
Yeah.
A
We need to
little
have
bit.
a conversation. I mean, it is Harrenhal. Whoever occupies it. He needs a Harrenhal just so he can have a place for all his army.
If war can be averted, it is my duty to avert it. I have reason to believe she may be of the same opinion.
And how are you going to do
She's
that?
the Queen Dowager. She goes nowhere without many eyes watching her.
Except to pray.
Unless
Hmm.
it is fraught.
Speak it.
There is one place Alicent goes. Outside the castle walls.
It has to be to pray.
It is at outside?
Maybe if she goes to that. What's that place in King's Landing? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's where she goes to pray.
I'm glad I guessed it. I guessed it. Yeah, that's where that fight scene between the two brothers.
We know nothing's going to happen to her. I'm just curious how the conversation is going to go.
Yeah.
No, no. before. Your knights would find me. I would be taken or slain. But not before I killed you.
And then what?
Oh, I've begun badly.
So
She said she saw in you a wish to avert the worst of what may now come.
So you've come to surrender then? Your allies turn from you when they hear of your depravity. Your hands are bloody to no crime. I could never have imagined you.
The trespass was not mine. I am a mother too, and you have yet to answer for the murder of my son.
I repudiate that act with all my heart.
Of course you do.
Are they gonna have the conversation about the conquer Aegon, like the dream?
I saw the king that night. Mere hours before I left him, he had affirmed my right to the throne. A right he upheld steadfastly.
You might be right, honey.
Every day of his life after my mother
It would
died.
make so much sense.
When was your plan first laid? Was your ambition so keen?
He changed his mind, Rhaenyra. He changed his mind. I have been at times unkind, but never untrue.
It's true.
I pronounced before all gathered in that room that you would make a fine queen.
Tell about the dream, please. It would make so much sense.
He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
What?
I desire peace as you do, but to deserve
Did my father use those words? The prince that was promised. It's a story he once told. About Aegon the Conqueror.
Because it's not going to change anything. Alicent can't take it back.
You can tell him,
But
look
she
at that
can-
knife, put it on fire, you'll see.
But she's going to realize that she misinterpreted her husband's last words.
A terrible war is looming.
That gave her peace.
Blood is to be counted a loss.
Rhaenyra peace?
Do not let your
Rhaenyra.
pride blind you
There's
to the
been
blood.
no mistake. My father has gone from court. God is on the march, Aemon. It's too late, Rhaenyra.
Alicent.
But honestly, I love this so much because
She better get out of there.
to my
You went out, yeah. I'll also go and say, hey, Rhaenyra's in there dressed like a nun. You better
But I don't think she would do that.
I mean, maybe not, but you never want to put
But
anything past anybody.
I love how this played out so much.
Oh, please don't tip this out
It
in.
has to be. I feel like we're
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Ah, that's like so healing for me. I hate complex misunderstandings. If you just have a conversation, like just have a conversation. I mean, I know that having this conversation was not gonna change anything. Like all of the pieces are already moving. There's no way to scale this back. Like there's absolutely no way to roll this back. But to her point, she says she may have been unkind, but she's never been untrue.
Right.
And
This
that
is
is true. So I feel like the only reason she would have gone to those lengths because she tried to persuade her husband to make Aegon king, but she was never going to overstep him. Right. So the only reason she took the steps that she did is because she felt like she had the full backing of her husband's like well wishes. Now, of course, we know everybody was on the council anyway, was planning to, put Aegon on the throne anyway.
Right, it's like-
all thanks to her dad.
right,
like it
right.
wouldn't have mattered. They just said, okay, well now we don't have to make these moves in secret.
Right.
But I really liked this a lot because Rhaenyra needed to hear that.
Because at first she
I
was
think-
hearing it and she was like, what?
Yeah,
Really?
it's
She
like
was sad.
all of this loss and devastation for nothing.
She was sad
And my
at
dad
first.
changed her mind, but then I think it gave her
Closure.
more closure and assurance. And I feel like Alicent, somebody who desires the truth above all else, now has truth, right? She has
Well,
clarity.
I won't say she has clarity. I feel like she still don't know what happened there, but she now knows
But that's
that
her
that
fault.
was she now knows that she misinterpreted. That's
But I'm
what
saying
she knows.
I think that's good for her to know, like as someone that values
So that's going to
truth.
question her.
Well, I think in her mind, she's like, oh, that's all great, but it's not nothing can be undone.
Right.
Which is true. Like, I didn't expect anything to be undone. But, I don't know, maybe it's silly. But if I was Rhaenyra, I would feel like even if on the other side, right? Even if Alicent can't truly do anything to roll it back, I would feel better knowing that someone over there still like knows the truth. I don't know if that makes any sense, right? Like, I would hate to be misunderstood and everybody over there is just blaspheming me, calling me
definitely
a
helps
gold.
you for
yeah,
sure.
like at least in the back of my mind, gives me peace of mind.
Alicent now knows that she misinterpreted what King Viserys said, and now she's over there with less confidence for this war. Now
Less confidence in the justification of it.
and she's gonna feel even more guilty, which is gonna have its own complex on itself.
Right, yeah.
Because he's like, oh shoot, because of me saying something and misinterpreting this it caused everyone. It caused my nephew to, my grandson to get killed, get beheaded. It caused Rhaenyra's son to get eaten by a dragon. It caused so much different calamity that has taken place.
Which, I mean, obviously, there's so many different scenarios, like, or different ways that this could
I've
have
now
gone.
put freaking my son, who's out of his mind,
right, on the throne. I mean, ultimately, it sounds like they would have tried to make moves anyway to put Aegon on the throne, but I think that would have carried less guilt, right? If the men in her life like took it forward and she felt like I tried to be the voice of reason and I'm not being heard.
Right.
That's one thing. I don't know. I'm curious to see I would say like if and if so, how that changes the decisions or the stance that Alicent has. I obviously don't expect her to really do anything different, but I think she might have more, I don't know, maybe empathy? Maybe?
She may. I think personally. All right, so let's take a step back.
Yeah.
We had the Blackthorns. Was it
Brackens?
Brackens
and
the
Blackwoods,
right. In the Blackwoods, right. The Brackens and the Blackwoods, they are obviously, as they showed in season 1, enemies. They hate each other. They always hated each other. Okay, and so you can tell that tension was brewing, especially since the Blackwoods supported Rhaenyra, and so they ended up killing each other. They killed both lords. So both lords basically was a stalemate. Yeah. So they both lost their lords. Fast forward to now Alicent's brother showing up out of nowhere, who's like, look at this guy. Oh, so Criston Cole, you're the hand, huh? Just so happened to be that my dad, who served 3 kings, ended up getting replaced by you. I wonder how that happened.
Yeah.
And obviously it's dressing him down. And then of course he had a situation where he obviously had no respect for Criston. I forgot what the brother's name was. But he had no respect.
Gawain with a G. I remember, I think it was very...
He had no respect for Criston. But what he ended up seeing is when he kept doing his own thing and was out in the freaking opening, and Criston was like, once he saw the sun got covered, he was able to see, because if you look at the cloud and you look at the sky, the sun's just beaming down and you can't see anything, can't see the sky. Once the cloud's covered, now I can see. And he was able to see there was a little speck, the dragon, of course, in the sky, and he was like, let's get out of there. And Gawain.
What'd you call him? Gawain.
He was pissing on himself, basically. He was scared. Yeah. Bro was shaking. And at that point, he knew, okay, I may not like Cole, but I gotta respect him. Yeah. And he saved my life. I can't just simply, go about this the way I thought I would. Yeah. And then, of course, all the way to where you get to all the men on the council really want war. They're all about making the first move, making the first step. They're going to be, the High Towers is making their step. We need to make our steps. And so, and her being to the point where she's trying to be cautious, she made the ultimate gamble, which is going to Alicent.
Yeah.
And I think that will help her for sure, because now Alicent, like I said, is now in her head. Yeah. Like, oh shoot,
Well, we're assuming
based on
she's
the
in her head.
well, yeah, we'll see. Maybe she still don't understand, that she misinterpreted. We'll see in the the fourth episode. But it should have come off to her is, oh shoot, I misinterpreted because I say Aegon, and she's like, wait, he told you the story of the ice and fire? Are you kidding me? You completely misread that, and so Rhaenyra feels a little at least confident knowing that her father didn't just disown her at the very last minute,
right?
But he did love her, and that he did want her to be queen, and that Rhaenyra, that Alicent misinterpreted, and now Alicent is going to be like, oh shoot, there's nothing we can do to stop this.
Right.
We're gonna.
It's like, that sucks. Oh well.
So you have that, and I don't understand what was that one guy's whole play when he went to what they were all in the drinks.
Oh,
and
wait.
He was like, I'm related to the Targaryens.
Well, I think I had two thoughts. One, because I don't want to forget this part. The other thought that I have is that Rhaenyra took that risky chance, right, to go speak with Alicent. And in her mind, she was thinking, at least it'll give peace of mind, right? Like one more sense of peace of mind that I tried every possible peaceful avenue before I had to go to war.
Right.
So if now she's had a talk with Alicent, they've had some level of conversation, like even if there is a realization that there is some level of misunderstanding, Alicent's told her, yeah, my dad's not here. Like all of the people that would be useful in rectifying this are either have turned or they're out of the picture. So I think regardless of how things go or if things change, which I highly doubt anything is going to change, I feel like at least Rhaenyra knows that she tried to give peace a shot as well, which I like that for her. I feel like this just gave her a lot of closure, which I would feel good about. And if anything, it makes her probably feel more justified in fighting for the throne.
Right.
To your point, you're talking about the guy who's in the tavern who was dabbing everybody up.
Right, yeah, I'm related.
Hey, oh, what are you doing?
Viserys is my stepbrother.
I feel like it's technically possible because we know Aegon has bastards.
We know they sleeping with everybody.
Yeah. I don't know how likely it is because they're well, no, technically it could be possible because Rhaenyra's kids with the Harwin Strong, they're brunettes. So even though they are truly half Targaryen, they don't have white hair.
Right.
And we know
his point was you don't need to have white hair to be considered a Targaryen.
You're obviously gonna have different parentage for one other side, and we know he wouldn't be the first king to have bastards. Robert Baratheon had a bastard. So
the only person we know for sure didn't have no bastards is Lord Varys. It's King Varys.
Oh,
he didn't have no
Viserys.
Viserys, yeah, Varys.
I was
Viserys. Yeah, he loved his wife and he was faithful.
Yeah,
he was faithful and he loved his family.
Yeah, he was definitely a family man.
Now, if the book says something different, I don't know.
So I guess to your point, you said about how important the people are this season because the people are so important. Did you realize how important Babe,
people
I did not know the people were so important. But I find that would be interesting. Can you imagine how, I don't say politicizing that would be if somebody is out in public saying oh yeah, I technically am half royal. And did you see my nephews? I think they're bastards, and people that are out to your point about the people being important, someone that seems to have some sphere of influence or sense of importance could be stirring public opinion.
Right.
Yeah. I low-key felt bad for Aemon, that one scene.
Yeah.
Because it just brought me back to
that's why
his
you also feel bad
so
for him. He was mean to him
when they were little.
And the only people who seems the audience who they all Aemon, because he took the dragon. And I wasn't upset that he took the dragon. He took the dragon Vhagar because he was bold.
Brave.
He was brave. He took
I
the
just
dragon.
didn't like that
I didn't like how he started to spin his bully complex to everybody else.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And I didn't like how he started to carry himself. I love the fact that he's confident. That's good. It's great to be confident. It's not good to be a freaking douche about it. And I think that's what he started to do, which I didn't like. Now, fast forward. Obviously, after he killed Luke, they showed you that he was actually like he didn't want to do that, right? Vhagar did it. He couldn't control it, but now he's holding that and he's walking around with that mindset. But he still is, you know, his brother. He I don't know if he I don't want to say he don't like his brother, but he don't respect his brother.
Definitely
he don't respect his brother, which is why he told him, he's like, when they was at the council, he was like, we don't want you to I forgot
get hurt, basically.
Right, basically get hurt, you know.
We can't afford to. I feel like he wanted
and
to
that's
smirk,
why and that's why he's like, I can do stuff.
But you know what's really funny too, not funny, but like, I will say certain aspects of Aemond's personality pay off in the situation that he's in, right? Like, he's very clever. Like he's still young, obviously, but I feel like he knows how to play and use his voice in a council setting, and Aegon doesn't, right? Right. Aegon throws temper tantrums in a council to try to get what he wants. Right. And Aemond, I feel like he at least offers either like potential tactical solutions from like form of military.
He's a warrior.
Movements.
He has a warrior mindset.
Yeah, and I feel like he also knows how to his dialogue. Like, even remember when he was trying to give a toast to his brother, it's like, may you always be strong. Like, I feel like he just knows how to use his words to both like make a point, but witty. Also like, he's very witty. And I think that pays off for him.
Yeah, I did feel bad that he was, you know, just cuddling up with his boo thing, and you know that happened. Like, I felt bad, and then his brother used that opportunity to dress him down in front of the Kingsguard.
People, like, that's really demeaning.
Right, that's in front of his little posse, his little friend group.
Yes,
and so,
men.
yeah, it's yes men. So,
what about? Is it Baela or Rhaena? I can't remember which one doesn't have a dragon. Sometimes I get different.
Baela has a dragon.
Baela has a dragon. So Rhaena, I know we kind of talked about that a little bit as it was happening, but I did feel a little bit bad for her, like she feeling really lost. But I like that at the end she at least felt like she has a meaningful, or like a purposeful task.
Rhaenyra said the right words to her, and she felt valued and like she's making some kind of impact. And I think that's really gonna help her really, you know, go to the Vale and walk that out. So
yeah,
I'm gonna give this episode an 8. Thought it was good. Thought it was
just
great.
an 8.
I'm
Is that what you gave it last time?
No.
Last episode?
Nah, I think in the last episode I gave like an 8.5 or something.
Really?
This one is an 8 for me. Obviously, I don't know what's gonna come of what happened with Rhaenyra and Alicent's conversation, but I feel like the payoff of that is gonna really help the conversation and the score for the next episode, if that's what's gonna happen, or 2 episodes from now. But as of right now, dang, we're episode 3 and there's only 8 episodes this season.
Yeah. So we're
close to halfway through it.
Yeah. Which is wild.
Yeah. What are you giving it?
So I'm giving this one an 8.675.
Okay.
I'm like between that and an 8.7, which yes, they're so close. And 8.675 does round up to an 8.7. Maybe I'll just give it 8%. I don't know. I just was, at least for me personally, I was super appreciative of them finally having the conversation.
Right.
Like, that's what I really hoped would happen this season, and I'm glad that it happened.
Okay.
So,
yeah, 8 for me, 8.675 for her. What is your score? What would you give this episode? Comment below, let us know. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can always get the latest in anything we post right here on the channel.
That's right. Also, don't forget to become a member of our Patreon. You can see the full reaction to this episode, as well as a lot of other content there. Go check it out. You will not be disappointed.
Until next time, catch you in the next video. Bye.